I'm happy to be here. To see my mother reach the ripe old age of 90 years old, with her mind so sharp and intact as it is.
This wonderful aunt of mine, Roma,
Okay.
turned 90 years old. And I'm here to celebrate her birthday.
It's a momentous occasion. It's your mother's 90th birthday, and we're celebrating the best we can. I hope to see her for 10 more years, at least.
Wouldn't that be something, 100?
Yeah.
But when she hits
I
100,
think we'd have to rent a hotel for that one.
I'll be 75. Yeah.
Cookies, they have some cookies.
You want cookies and coffee?
Well, it's Baba's 90th birthday, and I don't know how she did it, but she did it.
You talking?
Yeah, and here's your cookies.
Oh my God, one is enough.
There's maybe, what? Maybe 4, you know? So
And she was how old?
she was 36, so there's no way that she's 90 now. You know?
How old are you?
I'm no math major, but something's not adding up.
She's the oldest one I've ever met. I don't think I ever knew anybody that was 90 years old. So let's hope we all can do it eventually. And I guess what we have to do is just catch our way through life and
Let's sing happy birthday Beatle version, okay?
Beetle version?
Beetle version.
1, 2, 3, 4. Today is your birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
90 years, and that's what she gets. 90.
I'm gonna bring Zeke to help you guys out. Happy birthday to you.
terrific.
Again.
I hope that wasn't.
Yay!
Bravo, bravo. You get the, yeah, where were you?
Dixie, start cutting.
Well, I was going to get, I have other plates.
Those are 10-year-old candles.
the first cut.
We'll use them recycle next year.
Wait a minute. I will scoop the wax off.
What kind of cake is it?
I want a flower.
Oh, Ronnie. Do you want a flower, Alex?
Anyone want it that big?
Alex doesn't like
I really don't like icing.
Who's cutting it?
Dixie's cutting, but she's
You get
getting
some
she's
action
getting the
shots
Tommy
of it.
Marshall spatula. There we go.
Yeah.
What it looks like.
Oh.
Sorry, Kevin.
Did they have videos like this?
So wait, are you really 90 years old now? Or that? How old do you think you are?
My mother made a mistake.
So did mine. I was sick for 10 years.
No,
They don't count.
No. No, my mother couldn't read in Czechoslovakia. So she forgot that she didn't know my birthday.
So you're really 39.
No, I can't. No, really, I'm about 70. So hot.
Happy
pierogi
to you. Happy pierogi to you.
They put candles in the pierogi.
Pierogi. Happy pierogi. Happy pierogi to you.
And kielbasa.
And to you too.
We're up there like all those years ago.
No, no, no.
She never forgets anything.
No, but she didn't. She forgot to recharge her cell phone. That's why.
All right, but you were speaking Russian before. No more of that? That's it?
No, this is not Russian. That's called Panasha.
Which is a whole different language.
Is this near the Carpathian Mountains?
Он не понимает. Хоть говори за мной его по-русски.
Что ты хочешь говорить?
Я хочу...
No по-русски.
No по-русски.
Понимаешь. По-нашему.
Я не знаю по-нашему. Только знаю литературное по-русски.
You know, not a high class one.
Не в школе.
Он хоче знати по-російськи.
Oh, don't say that.
No.
You know how many people that understand what we're saying?
Probably zero.
Zero, including us.
Well, I was born, it was very cold at that time. So it must have been in the winter time.
Okay, that was August.
What town? What town?
Miami Beach, Mount Sinai.
New David. New David.
You were
New
born in
David?
So how did you have a U.S. passport? A U.S. birth certificate? I mean, all these years I've been hearing about St. Louis, Missouri. It's all been
See, my mother told me I was in New David, but I was born in St. Louis, Nicky.
Yeah, I know that. Your father was working there at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Christmas songs and all that. My brother played the trumpet, and another man played accordion. That was farewell for me. After that, I was leaving New David. I was leaving. I couldn't go to Prague because I had no invitation. But my other grandparents lived not too far from Prague. I says, I'm going to go to Prague and to grandparents and stay there till they send me another invitation.
From St. Louis.
No,
New York. From Ladanya. Yeah, he's in New York at the time.
No, from Prague I'm supposed to get invitation. From Prague.
From your grandparents?
Oh, from the capital.
Who's in
From
Prague?
the government.
The consul. The consul.
The U.S. consul. To Prague.
They already have the tickets
For the
for the transatlantic.
Entry.
Well, at first I went there a year before for a sign up for the passport.
The visa and passport.
Yeah. So when I went to the office and they asked the name, he says, "What happened? We sent you the announcement or whatever it is, the papers, long time ago."
It was the mailman. That's right. Yeah. So they said. 30, 70. She had.
So tell me, how was Ellis Island?
She was 20 years old.
She didn't go through Ellis Island.
How was Ellis Island?
Yeah.
How was Ellis Island?
I never went to Ellis Island.
You didn't go?
Where did the boat land?
What's the matter with you?
What happened?
Wait, did you land in New York or you landed in
Yeah,
Boston?
but she wasn't an immigrant. She was
Oh,
a
right.
citizen.
Oh, right. Why should she go through Ellis Island?
That's right.
Land came by boat.
My God.
Yeah, but she wasn't immigrant. She was born in America, went back to Europe, then came back here.
Just to do the ride, right?
No, I think a little more
Just for the boat
She
ride.
was on the boat.
So what was your first job in New York?
Not in New York, in Colorado. I got a first job mining a baby for a rabbi. I was mining a baby. Okay, babysitter.
Okay.
Au pair. Did you sleep there in their house?
Yeah. So I got
And then you started understanding Yiddish or something.
quite a vessel.
Kind of this, what is it? What's the name?
Just a little bit.
Oh, kind of this.
It's small little.
That's true, yeah.
Okay.
What?
Here, that's for you.
I get it.
This is a cross. Oh, blessed with
Thank you.
that was placed on his birthday.
Good, thank you. Thank you.
And here's some candles, like the ones I lit for you at Pops,
Oh, yeah?
and they were blessed over there also.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay. You want to put that up?
No, because I
You already
have
have
to.
some. Okay.
That's from Greece?
not
That's from Greece?
No, it's from
Really?
Jerusalem.
Does
Right.
them. Many did go back.
It's probably a natural thing to want to go back. You figure you made some money, you go back and live well now.
Some people
But that
made
money
good
didn't
money.
last.
Some
Yeah, but
people
didn't-
made money, but my parents, my father, when he came, when he brought us, my mother, and me, and my sister, and my brother. My sister died, not your mother,
Right.
the other sister. He brought us to Europe and he left us there. And he turned around because the war was coming out in 1914.
And he went
He
right
turned
back.
around and he came back to America.
But he wasn't in the American Army, was he?
No, he escaped. I'm telling you, he left.
That's why he left, I guess.
No, he left Europe, but he could have been drafted in America if he went back to America. and he
No,
was,
they don't draft him in America. But
why? He was an American citizen.
No,
at that
he
time.
He
wasn't.
was an American
he was an
citizen.
Oh, okay, you were born there.
He had a
He
green
wasn't.
card.
Right, okay, gotcha.
Whatever equivalent that
Well,
was.
he was,
at that
he
time.
was working. He was a foreman.
Foreman. Yeah.
Foreman.
on the
they were
bridge.
building bridges between
Over the
Illinois,
Missouri River.
Illinois and Indiana. They were building bridges. He was a foreman there. He was a smart man, but what happened, he had too many drinks all the time. Whatever he made, he drank.
Yeah, and he'd get lost.
You know what qualified him to be a foreman
What?
of a suspension bridge going over? He spoke 8 languages.
Yeah.
And they use labor from all over the
Yeah,
place.
he was able to
So
tell.
wow,
all the
maybe
other
that's where
workers
you
what-
get your language skills from.
He spoke 8 languages.
Yeah.
What languages? Yeah, we want to hear.
Russian,
Yeah, the
German.
Italian he spoke.
Where did he learn all these languages?
Well, but
He
the
had a-
people worked for him. The
He had an act.
bricklayers and all that.
So he was doling out orders to everyone, you say?
Yeah, somebody would tell him, and then
Yeah,
he would
right,
tell the
yeah.
Chinese what to say or what to do.
Mandarin or Cantonese? When I call language, I project the Chinese.
Okay, so you want to hear the rest of the story?
Yeah, that's all.
How my mother gets to America.
Yeah. When I got all those Kuzmas, you know, that they in Colorado.
You got him back to the States now. This is after the war, and you'd come back here already. This is the 30s, early 30s we're talking about.
Yeah,
Right.
1930. Then I brought my mother and father. My sister was
discovering the guy
left
had
with my brother and sister-in-law, and they gave her a hard time. My sister said that when they went to work on the field, they come home. The daughter-in-law went to her mother and father and had her meals. My brother and my sister got nothing.
Starving.
Yeah.
This was Chico.
Yeah. Yeah. So then we want to bring your mother here, but your mother is not a senior citizen.
U.S. citizen.
You
She
are-
wasn't a
She
senior
wasn't a
citizen
senior
either.
citizen.
A U.S. Her problem
Not
was
way
she
back
wasn't an
then.
American citizen.
That's
She had
why-
been born in Brooklyn. You said senior citizen, Julie.
Yeah, did I say senior
Yeah.
citizen? Well, because I
She
am a
became
senior
one, though,
citizen. Anyway, when was for her to come here, we had no money. Baba Jito had no money. They need a bond. They need a $1,000 bond for my sister to come here.
In the 30s.
That's a lot
That's a
of
lot of
money.
money. That's like
Yeah.
10, 20,000 now. I think.
No, so what we gonna do? I know 2 women live together
You're just not
on
complete.
14th Street in New York.
Kelly wanted you
That
to
they
eat
know
again.
my mother and my father. They know
She's
them
probably
from
gonna be the
before
winner.
they live in here. So Mike and I, we went to see them. And I explained it to them. So one, Helen is her name, was her name. Oh, Mirko, yeah. I'll
help you.
We'll help you. Because they know my mother and my father. So they gave us $1,000. We put in a bank on my mother's and father's name. So they stopped with a passport for her, a visa, whatever. After she came to this country, your mother, we took the money out of the bank and we want to give those people, we want to know how much interest we're going to pay them. No, nothing. They don't want no interest. They just gave us money. Yeah, I know your mother. So that's how your mother came here.
And what about my uncle who was left there with his wife that was eating well?
You mean Wickle?
What's her name?
Wickle, George.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I'm George, I mean.
Oh, no, he wanted to stay there.
He didn't want to come
He
here.
was born in Colorado.
He was born in America, yeah.
Yeah, but now he's the man of the family. Now
He's got the stone house.
He's got the house, the land. He's
He's fat, but he's starving.
well, that's all right.
It's okay, but he's got the house.
You want to hear the story?
We want to joke, but
I had our neighbors was living next to us in New David, and they had a brother living in New York, and they owned the property around there.
New David is Czechoslovakia now.
Yeah, Novoje Vodko.
Oh,
That
okay.
is the town.
Huh.
So
I didn't know that.
they owned this
So I'm asking
land,
questions.
and I used to visit them on my days off, and they says that they want to sell that land in New David because they never gonna go back to Europe. I says, okay, how much?
Brother.
I bought it for my brother. I just sent him the papers. That's his land. And then one day I had enough, I collected enough money, $300 I had, and I sent it to Europe. $300. They cashed in Czechoslovak money, there were 10,000 korun.
Korun.
Korun. It was $30 korun for $1. So Alex was already in this country, you know Alex.
Okay.
Alec.
My
Kuzma.
cousin, Kuzma. He
Junior's
said,
brother.
yeah, he says, when Strucker, uncle, went to the post office to get the money, came home and spread it out all over the table. Alex was still there in Europe at the time that they got the money. He says, covered the whole table with the money they were counting. They didn't even know what they were doing. There was so much money. And my grandparents.
This is your father's mother and father?
Yeah.
Okay, Guido's parents, yeah.
Yeah, my grandmother, when she came, we had 2 rooms. We were living in the back and grandparents in the front. So when they know that grandma knows that they got the money, she walked in and she does all that for you. The way you abused her, and she does all that for you. So, I don't know, but that's what they like to. So they take that 10,000 korun and build a home. What are you catching there?
I don't know. Flies.
Flies?
And build a home, a new home.
Yeah.
And what did they do at grandfather's house?
Can you see that? Knock it down. They drilled it on the
same spot.
Yeah, the same. So then when we went, Papa and I we went to in 1971, my brother said to his 4 children, he says, I want to tell you, now he wanted me to hear that, you know. He said, I want to tell you that Jutka built this home for you. And they all look at me and say, okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. I built a home. And then I sent another time $150. They bought horses. Alex says the horses, when my brother rode them through the town, they were on high legs going like, they were like Arabian horses or black and white, whatever. And he had a fancy cart made. And that's all for my money.
That's fantastic.
When I went there in 71 and 79, my sister-in-law says, Mirko, anytime you want to come back, that house is yours.
What happened to New David in World War II? He lived there with his family, George, right?
Who?
George lived in New David with his family during World War II.
Sure.
What was it like? Was it occupied by Germany?
Oh, yeah. Didn't you know?
The Russians.
Well, I want to know what happened there. What happened to the town?
No, it wasn't occupied. Of course, the war was there, and they were there.
The armies were marching back and forth.
Yeah.
Did you know that your uncle was in the army?
George?
Yeah.
Which army? German army.
Yeah.
He was drafted into it, or he volunteered?
No, he's conscripted.
No, German army.
Yeah, German, they saw him, we saw him in the papers.
No, Wurtko was drafted into the German army.
Yes.
Czechoslovak.
Well,
Yeah,
Czechoslovak
it was
the German army.
Yeah.
It was Czechoslovakian, like right-wing Nazis, I guess.
Right. They gave him a choice. They say either you go to a war
Or
camp
die, yeah.
or you go into the army and fight on the Russian front.
But he ran away once, and we were hiding here in a stable, and
This is World War I now you're talking about.
No,
World War II.
What do you mean we were hiding him? You weren't there during World War II.
no, the First World War.
That's what I'm saying, World War I. Yeah. They drafted him in World War I and he ran away. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
He was the original draft dodger.
Right. No, but they got him in World War II.
Two,
and,
yeah.
he was in the German army and ended up in a prisoner of war camp, and that's where Baba found him in a paper.
We saw him in the papers, yeah.
And what happened? And you got out, though. This was the end of the war.
Yeah, they got the Red Cross and.
Really?
There's so many children get married, one getting too married, you divide the land.
Right.
Here, I came to America, my sister came to America, everything was for George.
But the government took it all away. But after communism...
Well, that's a communist,
Well,
not
they
the
didn't really take
government.
it.
Communist.
They didn't take it?
They didn't take. They owned it,
But
they
they
let
let...
the families
Farm.
living there stay there and
Farm.
keep on living there.
So after the fall of communism, technically, is it now private property again?
I don't know. Is it?
Do we know that, Ronald? Do you know that?
And she said when, with the fall of communism, they distributed the land and they gave land out to everybody. But they naturally, it made no sense. They gave land to her family that was 10 miles away from where she lived. She and her family lived. They could never use it. Because, first of all, they didn't have transportation to get there. If they did have transportation, they ran the risk of having the car stolen once they went there. There's no way they can build on it. So it was the total fiasco. Whether her family still has the same land or not, or given more land, that I'm not certain. I can assure you, though, whatever was done, it was done haphazardly and inefficiently. That I'm certain of.
Well, you was in Mukachu, in Onush's place, right?
Yeah.
And they had a beautiful home.
They had a nice home. I couldn't tell how much land they had. I couldn't see the...
They had a land and all that, but you didn't see the land. The land. Na zdrowie.
Na zdrowiczko.
Okay, na zdrowia. Salud.
Getting tipsy on the bottom.
Cheerio. Chin chin. Health and happiness.